Good morning, gang, and welcome back to another episode of Lock Valley Farm. Now, I am coming to you fairly late this morning, and that's because, well, hashtag farming, things are just getting in the way, but wheat harvest is in full swing, everyone. We are getting through it very, very slowly. Not a lot has been going our way. It's just been the story of this harvest. It's just an absolute grind. But yesterday I went out to go load a truck, found the top bearing on the auger totally missing, gone. Cleaned down the header, found out we'd blown a hole through a top rotor cover, had to bring that, patch that up. Also found a broken bolt on one of the knife sections where the dual knife crosses over on the front. I have every other bolt in my kit except for those countersunk bolts that go through those centre knife sections on the crossover. So there was a trip to the dealer. Dad spent a fair bit of the day trying to get that auger sorted out, and we ended up getting out in the paddock at about 2:30 yesterday afternoon, and we got a bit of ground covered. So, you know, at the end of the day it wasn't a total loss. But this morning I got to go up. We're only reaping like a K away from the house, so I just got to grab the 8310. That's ticked up its 250 hours, so I need to bring that home quickly, drop the oil in it, put a new filter on it, bugger all to do on the header today, maybe just a quick blow off on the engine, and I got a chain to adjust, maybe a couple of grease nipples, that's it. So let's get into it. So also, it's not very warm today. It's only supposed to be 25 or 6 degrees. It was a bit the same yesterday. It was pretty cool. So, you know, we had dramas yesterday and we just used it as a bit of an opportunity for some maintenance. So we got through a little bit of stuff. Same thing again this morning, not very warm. We'll use the morning to just get a couple of things done, and when it warms up enough, just like around lunchtime or afterwards, hopefully we'll get stuck into it. But the other thing is that Dad's gone down to SA Grain Services down at Maitland, I think they are, to pick up a set of screens so we can clean vetch out of the beans next door when we reap those. Unfortunately, there is an absolute ton of vetch in there, and there's no way that it's going to go through the grain handling system or through the silo without it being cleaned first. So he's gone down to get those, just while it's a little bit cool this morning, just use the opportunity to get some other things done. So the swivel joint for my camera's broken, so it's just, the camera's rigid at the moment, which means I'm going to find it pretty hard to get different angles and stuff like that. But anyway, nothing like a good pump to get your day going. While I'm here, I'm just wondering if we've got a fire going on out here. I'm not sure if that's smoke coming up over the hill here, but I can hear the fire siren going, so I think I might need to get out of here because I might have to go give a bit of a hand. Yeah, I think there's definitely smoke over there. Alright, we better go. Alright, I'm just going to rush back home here and grab the firefighter. We've definitely got some smoke coming out over the hill there. That's not good. It's not very far away from the town either. Fortunately, it's not a bad day to have a fire. I mean, it's been breezy enough, but It's not very warm, so I'm not sure what's going on, whether we got a header fire or what, but I think we better go have a look, see if we can lend a hand. Because the more hands on deck, the sooner we can get it out. Hopefully they've got that under control by the time I get over there, but she's a little bit too close for comfort. It's not far away from the town there. Well, I'm not sure what's going on, but I tell you what, it's in this weight here, and yeah, that's nasty. We'll head up here a bit further and see how we're going. Well, I think we missed all the excitement, which I'm not really complaining about, but it looks like it is out. By the time I'd got here, they had it out, so that is good news. And like I said, it wasn't too hot a day, so it just didn't really get out of control. But the wind's sort of going, you know, coming from the south. If it had been going the other way or coming from the west, there's just a huge wheat crop here, so just grateful that it didn't go that way, because you can see it's got in here, but the wind was blowing the wrong way for it to really get going. So, you know, they managed to get it under control. But it really did not burn a very big area. I'm genuinely shocked. I would have thought that, you know, with the wind on the top of the hill here, that she would have really got going, but very fortunate. It's always a bit of an ominous look when you look basically from your house there, or where we were, and you can see flames on the top of the hill. So not what you want to see. And if you want to know what started it, there's an RTK base station here. Apparently the battery or something on that fritzed out, and that's what started the fire. Well, that's my smoke and ash inhalation quota for the next 12 months. I don't want to see any more fires. But it never ceases to amaze me, you know, how quickly everyone around here responds. Like, they would have had to have been a couple of dozen vehicles there, CFS units, and that was all within minutes, really. It's, yeah, everybody just, they did the same as me. They see the smoke and they go towards it and try and help out, because nobody wants to see that. There's livestock, there's homes, there's a town down here. You know, you want to get on top of that as quickly as you can. Quick pit stop in town to get myself some really healthy food. Well, I have swapped vehicles. We'll head up there now. Got a chain to adjust on the header, and then yeah, we'll clean some windows probably and get going. But I don't know if you can see up here. Well, the neighbours, they're going, mate. We got to get moving. Oh, there they are. Yep, we got to get going. They were actually out at the fire as well, so they got into it very quick. I stink like smoke now, but it's all good. Nobody was hurt, and it was a good outcome. It could have been a lot worse. Unfortunately, with the cold start today and then the fire, the poor old truckies have been waiting for us to get fired up, but wait no longer, he said. I'll just come out there and you can just load straight into me. So he's raring to go. Now this particular crop, this wheat crop we are in now, got 3 fungicides sprayed on it. And I wish we had done all of it, because just the colour of the crop, it's just, you can tell it looks great, it's a great colour. All the heads have filled out properly, whereas some of the other stuff, I think the disease got to it in the end. But this stuff here, just this has got a shocking amount of ryegrass in the northwestern side of this paddock, but the yield still seems to be getting up there, and I don't understand how, really. It's quite phenomenal, and I think it's just because the heads are filled out really well, the crop's been really healthy, and the grain looks great as well. The grain looks really clean, a great colour. It's just a really nice crop, and I can't complain because the first 100 hectare block we repped over there went 6.7 tonne to the hectare, which is very, very good. It's just the grain quality was a bit iffy, and we ended up having to change sites, which I might have mentioned in other videos, but where we were delivering it because they're a bit more lenient with it. This stuff here just has hardly any shriveled up, horrible looking grain in it. It's just really beautiful. And you know, lesson learned. The jury has spoken, and they have said that if you have nearly 450 millimetres of rain in a bit over 3.5 months, you've got to do 3 fungicides. It's the only way to go. But I tell you what, if the rest of it looked like this, I reckon we could have been punching even higher than 6.7 tonne to the hectare. So very, very nice. It's just great to see all that hard work. You know, the stress, the early mornings, and the days out there battling the mud and all that sort of thing pay off. When you come in here and harvest this, and you just go, wow. The only thing that this crop really lacks is nitrogen. If you could have told me we were going to get that amount of rain at the start of the year, I mean, I would have put out 200 kilos of urea as a minimum, because the protein is down around 9.5. But everybody's suffering with that this year. It seems to be, I think once you go below 10.5% protein, you drop down to a grade called ASW. From there you go up to APW, and then there's a few grades above that as well. So we're sort of middle of the road, I guess. You know, they really want that protein, and that's what they pay you for. So all in all though, mate, there's tons here, and you can't complain about that. So in the interest of full disclosure, when I was up at that fire and I said that it was a RTK base station that started the fire, if you're not a farmer and you don't really know what that is, basically, like say this guidance system here is TopCon, that's on RTK, so the best level of accuracy that you can get. It's basically in communication with that base station all the time. As soon as something goes wrong with that base station, no more steering. So I think it uses that and satellites, but that one up there was for Rocky River Ag in Crystal Brook, I think. I could be wrong, I don't really know, but that would probably be a Trimble base station, so people on Trimble around here might be in trouble with their steering now, which would be no good for them. But basically, it just helps us farmers do straight ups and backs, because we love some straight ups and backs, baby. Cold weather means southerly breezes, and of course I'm working this paddock directly north-south, so I've got this wind blowing straight up behind me, and it can become very, very difficult to see at times. Every time that big blue Volvo drives out of here with 60 tonne of wheat on and takes it to the silo, that costs me $1,000. So yeah, it's really not cheap to cart it to the silo, but it's got to go somewhere. And the price of fuel and everything's gone up considerably, so I can understand from their point of view that they've still got to make money. So for wheat harvest, we are in S1 now, we have S2 next door, we have B7 over there, R10 about 10 k's away. So we'll have to finish this lot here, then we've got to move about 10 k's. And that's our last paddock of wheat for the year. Come back, beans, peas and a little bit of veg to finish off. So that'll probably be a bit of a grind to do all that. Don't know what to do with the beans. The beans are at $355 a tonne. Thinking about just putting a bag down and throwing them in a bag, to be honest, because that is awful. That is awful. They're hard work to grow, and yeah, look, obviously there's no market for them at the moment, so might have to rethink growing them, I don't know. absolutely, without a doubt, chaser bins are the way to go. It just blows me away, especially in a good flat paddock, nice crop, nice standing crop like this. When you get going, even though conditions might not be that warm or that great outside, it just blows me away how much ground you can cover in such a short amount of time. I mean, I just up and back, and I don't stop, and the chaser bin just keeps up to me, and yeah, you just really get through the acres. It's one thing that you just never realise when you don't have one. And once you have one, you'll never go back. The only problem is, you still got to stop to go to the bathroom. See if I can get a handful of this grain and show you guys it. There's not much in there at the moment. So there's just very little screenings. The grain's nice and plump compared to all the other stuff that only had 2 fungicides. So yeah, it's definitely made all the difference this year. How much grain you reckon we got in those bins now?
Between, so there'd be close to 50 between them.
Yeah, right. It happens pretty quick, doesn't it?
Might only be 45, but yeah, another chaser bin full would make a load for Craig, I think.
That guy's been in the cab with me for like the last 3 days. Don't know how he got in here, don't even know how he's still alive.
No, correct that, because this bin is nearly full now.
Oh, I better put the screws on Craig and tell him to hurry up.
We just spat the chain on the chaser bin when I finished.
Right, the chain came off?
Yeah, just right at the end.
If you didn't catch that, yeah, the chain that drives the chaser bin's flown off for some reason. I mean, I looked at it this morning, it was tight as tight, so I don't know what's going on there now. Gee, it would be nice if everything could just hang together for a day. All the farm machinery, best I can give you is 2.5 hours. And I know there's probably people out there who are probably saying now, well, if you pre-season things properly, you shouldn't get too much trouble. Well, I don't know, mate. If you watch the videos, basically all I do is pre-season things and fix things. That's what I do non-stop. Just mechanicking, wrenching, replacing broken things. The auger that lost the top bearing. I've been saying for the last 2 years we need to do the bearings on that, and I just have not managed to get around to do it. So look, I try my hardest. Obviously there just wasn't enough this year. Maybe it's time to start outsourcing some of the repairs so that I can keep up, I don't know, but it's the one place that I can save this operation money, because I am a mechanic, I'm a qualified mechanic, so it's one thing that I like to do to try and save us money. But I guess if you can't keep up with everything, maybe you need to delegate some jobs. I think what Dad was saying is that you can see just back in there, that there shifted forward slightly, so it's probably been running forward a little bit the whole time, feeling that little ridge there, but there's probably a grub screw in that sucker there that's supposed to hold it in spot, and it's maybe a little bit loose or something like that. So we're just gonna loosen that and tap him forward or tap him back into position and then tighten it up again. See how we go. You just never know what you're gonna get. Some days I go, nah, I won't take the camera with me, it's gonna be a boring day today. Well, I thought of that today, but no, it has been the absolute opposite. Could have shuffled forward ages ago.
That Allen key was a bit loose.
Well, isn't that one an absolute beauty? There goes the last one for the night. It has just gotten insanely tough already. Like, I'm crawling along at 3 k's an hour. I just blocked up the feeder house. It's cold out there. I could probably put a jumper on, so I think it's about time to quit and get out of here. Well, I decided to do one more because there's a road train almost here, and I'm not going to go home for 10 minutes and come back out and help him load. So I thought I'll just dig back in and hack through another one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. My truck is here. I shall help him load, and then that is it for the day. So, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys all on the flip side.